G'day, listeners. Welcome to Bar Karate, the sailing podcast. My name's Jordan Spencer, and it's that time of the week where we get to talk sailing with some really cool people. But, of course, I have to share the microphone with my two idiot mates. So, first off, let's welcome Mr. Brett Perry.
Greetings, exalted one.
BP.
You know how you have certain levels of fitness? You can go to the gym, you can be really fit.
Yep.
You can drink lots of alcohol. We call it you can be piss fit.
Yep.
I'm not international travel fit.
No, you poor bugger. You've just got back.
Yeah, I just got back and I didn't sleep on the plane last night. Normally I'm a good sleeper. So I've been awake all day and I don't like it.
No.
I decided. Not sure this international travel is all it's cracked up to be.
I remember a few secrets, little tricks we used to have, but we'll talk about them in another time. Let's bring in the other bloke.
Yeah, okay.
He had a voice that could make a wolverine purr.
Mr. Nick Bice.
International travel tricks. It starts in the lounge, mate. That's where it starts.
Well, I got to say, I think that's where this travel.
And I mean, you crossed a whole 4 hours of international timeline, so you must be knackered.
Well, I think that's the problem, though. There was no lounges open.
Oh, okay.
So that was the problem. I'm laying there going, now what am I going to do for 4 hours? There's only so much rice you can eat.
Yeah, well, fair enough. And I guess what time is it now? It must be whatever time it is. You've just gone to the lavatory in Indonesia for the 48th time for the day. I hope the body clock, not only the clock itself, but everything else gets back in order, mate. And you can,
it's all been good. It's all been good.
Get back to the snags and the lamb chops. Call it good.
I'm all right.
Yeah,
Done okay. Got through it.
And before we start, guys, we haven't had a wingding update for a while, Jordan. Have you got anything for us, mate?
Yeah, it's going all right, actually. I need to get behind a powerboat and get to practice on the foils, so rather than trying to do it just straight from winding. But it's gone really well, actually. Just the secret's just to go out when it's really windy. It's it's easy. You just lean into the wing. So, but yeah, the foil takes over. You need to get behind a powerboat and just go, oh, hang on, this thing's got a lot of.
Do you have foil froth? Are you loyal to the foil? Am I going to see some hashtags coming up?
None of that stuff. No.
Are you going to be putting some vids on TikTok for us all?
Oh, yeah. Look, I was thinking of starting to wear fluoro clothing a bit more and go the full 80s retro Euro look.
Oh, straight back into the Nash period.
Yeah.
Bit of fluorescent pink.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Get your hair dyed blonde again.
No, I'm good.
Strawberry blonde, if for anyone.
Yeah,
like
come on, move on.
It does.
Yeah, move on. Speaking of loyal to the foil.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes. Are you trying to help me with my intro?
Yep.
Yeah, beauty. What the pathway I was going to go with the intro. So we had when we bring on the youth, we get a lot of response because people like to hear up and coming sailors are doing and what they're going about. And we thought, we could get another young sailor on, but then we thought, let's just max it and just see how many young sailors we can fit on at one go. So what we did was with the youth, the 69F Gold Cup that was in Miami on the weekend, we thought, let's just reach out to one of the teams. And we gave one of the teams a plug previously on the show, the Clean Sailors youth team, with helping with a little bit of their sponsorship. So they're the first people we thought of. We said, let's give these guys a go. So we reached out and they're all spread all over the world. BP having a little whinge about his travel time. These two of them have just flown from Miami back to the Europe, and the other one hasn't even left a hotel room yet. She's still lost in Miami somewhere, I think, and just binging hard. But so we've got all three of them. We've got three teammates here. We've got CJ Perez, who's from an American or Hawaiian is probably the correct term. We've got Lukas Hesse, the German, and Jann Schüpbach. And not even close, did I, mate? I didn't even get it close.
For the listener, everyone's laughing at the moment.
Yeah, in Switzerland. So welcome, team. Welcome to our show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much. Hi. And I appreciate your effort to pronounce my last name really well done, I have to say.
Well, you have to do it quite properly. So how do you pronounce it?
It's Schüpbach.
There you go.
Yeah,
you weren't far off, Jay.
Good, though. Whatever you did, that was good.
It's overly complex, isn't it? Let's just move on. Okay, so You're all we'll go through your resumes in a bit, but you're all talented young sailors coming through. You're from 3 different countries. How did you guys get together?
Yeah, well,
it all started last year.
Yeah, go on, Lucas. Go for it.
Yeah, it all started last year. Last year, in the end of summer, I went to Lake Garda to have a look at the 69F because I saw them on social media and said, okay, I want to see them sailing live. Went down to Lake Garda. It's only a 3.5 hours drive from where I'm living. And yeah, spent the whole weekend on the rib chasing the boats. And after the weekend, I said, okay, I want to start a campaign in these boats with a proper team. Yeah, then called Jan, an old friend from Opti times, and yeah, we started setting up the team. And in December, we called CJ and asked her if she wants to be part of the team. That's the whole story.
Okay, so I get it. You two met floating around in Europe, sailing Optis. CJ, you were a big sailor, so you didn't do Optis from, I'm guessing, and you're based in Hawaii. So how did the tie-in come with you guys? Where did CJ come into the program? How did you get in, CJ?
Yeah, I was actually really wanting to get onto a 69F team. I also saw on social media, and the 69Fs just looked so cool. They were foiling, and it was fast. And I was on a WASP at the time, and so I just wanted to continue on foiling boats. So I was reaching out to a few teams, but they had already created their roster of people. So yeah, I was just really looking to get onto a team. And then kind of out of nowhere, I got a call from Lucas, and he was like, CJ, do you want to helm our 69F boat? And I had no idea who these people were, but I just was like really eager to get onto the 69F. So I said, yeah. And I'm really happy I said yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, well, the first call we had together was like a video chat, and Lucas and myself were probably as sleepy as CJ is right now because it was like at 6:00 in the morning to match her Hawaiian time. So I don't know what her first impression of these people were, as you said, but she still accepted our request, so it was great for us.
Well, and so you've gone. We'll get back to how you ended up here, like as through your own youth paths, but then you've been thrown into the actual ring of fire. Next thing, you're actually sailing a 69F.
Yeah, day one. What was that like?
Day one. Tell us about that. Jan, that's you, mate.
Sorry. Yeah, well, we Lucas and myself, we sailed the 69F last year in September. We did one race, but like now in Miami, the first day we were actually really lucky with the wind, a nice windy day. And there we got to know the real face of CJ because she was really pushing us, because the helm is not the hardest job on this boat, we have to say. But the two of us in front, we were working really hard, and CJ was really pushing us through till the end of the training, which was really good. But there we know, okay, she got no chill on that one.
She means business. She means business, you reckon?
Yeah,
we had
Go on.
Yeah.
We had 20 minutes training left, and she said, okay, let's do another up and down. And yeah, every 30 seconds, another maneuver. We were like, oof, let's do it.
Okay. All right. So
we'll get onto that in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. So day one, you go out in these boats. Your first experience of the boat. What I wouldn't mind knowing is like how it breaks down, who's flying the boat, how it all works on the boat. But the first time you went out, like I'm guessing you took off, got it airborne, and straight into a nosedive. Is that true?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. That's pretty accurate, actually. Kind of how it went down.
Give us some details. Come on.
So, CJ, question for you: how much control do you have over the flight of the boat?
Yeah, the flight is pretty much all Jann who does the foil controls.
Oh,
I'm
Jann.
just driving the boat.
Right.
Like as Jann said, I have the easy job. The boys are just ripping their hands apart, like pulling all the lines. Yeah, so the flight on the rudder is Jann, and then he does the rake on the main foils as well. So he's pretty much doing all of like how high we're flying and everything. But yeah, on our first time on the water, we were just focused on not capsizing, and yeah, that was just the goal of the day.
How did you go
and
with
it didn't
that?
work really well, so.
You're right on.
No. Yeah,
Okay,
especially right in front of Coconut Grove with 2 meters deep water. Was quite funny.
Oh,
The coach was just yelling at us the entire time. It's too shallow. It's too shallow. Move. Stop swimming.
I love the accent. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
So obviously the 69F is a Presico built boat, and it's about creating this international foiling series. I think if I look at the series, it's like 4 races plus a final, something like that. So Miami, Newport, Amsterdam and Lake Garda. So some pretty good locations there. And so 8 teams racing, 6 boats. So it's obviously a round robin series. So when you get there, you've got this really sort of full bore foiling, full carbon boat. Is it presented like it's a really glamour boat? You're excited when you see it, or you're thinking, "Oh, I've got so much work to do to get this thing together," or how does it work out? Lukas, I'll go to you.
Actually, for the sailors, it's quite comfortable. You just arrive with your wetsuit and you go sailing, because the short team prepares the boat. They'll ship it around the world, rig it up. So you just get to the boat, tie on the sails, and go sailing. So all the maintenance work and daily boat work isn't a big job for the sailors. So that's quite easy. Mm-hmm. And of course it's an amazing boat. Quality is super high, and because the loads are so high, everything's optimized, carbon, and great sails. So it's fun.
So with Jann, like the first question, Jann, you're started in the Opties, gone into the 470s, did a bit of WASP stuff. How come they picked you to fly the boat? Like, what was your skill set to fly the boat?
Yeah, I think I probably of the team, except CJ, but we wanted her at the helm. So then it was like between Lukas and myself, and Lukas is the bigger, stronger guy, so he's the right position for the main. Mm-hmm. And then I had the most experience in the WASP, so about like flying a boat I was familiar with that. So that was what made us putting me on the flight controller to take care of the foils. Okay.
Is it an easy boat to fly?
Well, I think to get it flying is one thing. It's quite easy to get it up on the foils, and it's really stable, we have to say, because with these foils, like they're kind of self-adjusting. So the higher you fly, the less lift you got, so you go down again. So there's some room for mistakes for me, but to get it foiling fast is another thing. So you have so many options, like to trim it properly, to trim the foils properly, everything. That's where the difference is being made.
Yeah.
Was there when you did roll into Miami and there was some more experienced sailors within the 69F, did they give you many tips, or it's like, yep, good on you, you young blood, see what you can do?
No, that's actually a great thing in the 69F. Everybody's really open. They're like daily briefings before every racing day, also before every training day, and there's like everybody's really open to help each other, to give tips to each other. So that's a great thing. So And we before we went to Miami, we kind of watched a lot of videos to see the good teams from last year, how they were doing things. So that was our preparation, which worked pretty good.
Do you have any like key allies within the opposition, like the ones that really kind of took you under their wing, or it was more just a group effort?
Yeah, honestly, like within the other teams, it was pretty. I feel like within the other nations, everyone was kind of separated and like they had their own little like debriefing, but as the whole like crew, we all came together and debriefed together. But we hung out with the New Zealand team a lot. They were super fun. But yeah, we never had like full debriefings together. We're the only team that was of different nations, which was super cool. We're the only team that like fully just met in Miami, and so that was a whole different thing that we had to, I guess, like go through together, is learning not only how to sail the 69F but how to also communicate and get along with each other.
There's you've got straight away there's a sponsorship opportunity for you guys, because you're the United Nations boat. First up, we're going to just call you the UN from now on. And, the United Nations have got their Clean Seas program, so you can just roll straight into that program. And there you go. There you go. That'll be all your funding for the year done. Just say thanks once you get it. You're good.
they wouldn't even notice the money that we got from them. Like, that's so nothing for them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm just going to change the subject just for 2 seconds, guys and girls. You may have just heard I got a phone call a little second ago about when Lucas was talking about the boat. Now, you're not going to believe who it was. This is true and not organised, and maybe it was organised, Lucas. Mark Somerville from Presico just rung me. And I am not lying to you. I am talking to him right now. So he's going to hear this. So hopefully what you said is good. So I'm actually talking to him right now.
Jeez,
anyway, there you go. How coincidental that. He said it is a coincidence. Good luck to them. They're good lads and ladies. Well done.
So if I don't know if you guys have met the Presico team as part of it. Obviously, Mark Somerville was the main guy behind the whole 69F, that whole team there. But he sort of runs the Presico operation. In case you haven't met him, so that's where the coincidence comes. In terms of how you went at Miami, let's rip into that, and then we'll get back into you guys individually. So, who swore first? We know it was CJ, so why don't you just say it?
Yeah.
She just rolled off. Well, here's my logic. Jan, you're Swiss, neutral.
Yeah.
Okay, you're neutral. So
Yeah. Exactly.
On the fence, we'll call you Jan.
on the fence.
Yarn on the fence, yeah.
And then Lucas, obviously you if you were swearing, no one would understand it because it would be in German. So no one has, everything that's spoken in German sounds like you're swearing. So we know it was CJ, basically. Is that right, or was it a really friendly boat?
When it got down to it, like, it was, I don't think you'd want to be on there. I mean, it was just, the boys can tell you, we're all just at our highest, like, super intense. The adrenaline's super high. So, like, when you want to say something, you're going to say with full force, or at least I know I will. So, yeah.
I love it.
Now, was that a carryover from the Bic and the Wasp, CJ? The way you treated your crew?
No, I just really want to win. That's like anything. That's my whole goal in any boat that I sail. I just want to win. I don't like losing. So I push myself and like any of my teammates as hard as I would, like if I was sailing by myself. So Yeah, but the open bic and the wasp, when you were sailing in a big fleet, it got really intense. So you always had to match the energy levels.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. So, I'm with you, mate. Like, you know, you have sort of come through that Opti into the 470 pathway. So is that what you were thinking? You were going to go down that Olympic path in the 470? That's what you were thinking?
Yeah, actually that was, since I was a little kid, always the Olympics in sailing was the biggest for me. Mm-hmm. So that was also my goal. And I did 470 first with another guy, but then, we were too close. We wouldn't make it to Tokyo, so he decided to stop. So then I took the opportunity to sail with a girl, because obviously in Paris the 470 will be mixed.
Yeah.
So I've been pushing the 470 on an Olympic pathway for the past 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But then with the girl, she didn't have the energy like CJ, so it was too hard for her. She didn't want to sail as much as I would like to. Mm-hmm. So then we've come to a point that we decided to stop the 470 together.
Yep.
And Switzerland is pretty small, so they're not like good female 470 helms around waiting for someone to jump on the boat with them. So it was tough to find another helm. And then I decided, okay, I'll go on the Wasp single hand. I can do whatever I want. I can sail as much as I want. And also, I think like this, I got into the foiling aspect of sailing, which is obviously getting bigger and bigger, which was also a nice thing for me.
Yeah, I think when I look at you guys, you've got actually, I don't know if you've planned it, but you've got quite a good combination of different boat skills, because the 470 is quite technical, tactical. So you do pick up a lot of sort of rig tuning skills and being able to change on the fly. Obviously, with the 49er stuff, Lukas, that you've done, you've got a lot of the sailing techniques would cross over onto this, and then CJ as well with the Wasp. I don't know if the BIC translates in any way, but at least you're used to having a helm and yelling at people, so that's the go. We're destroying your reputation already, aren't we?
Yeah, yelling at Jimmy Spittle.
We encourage that behaviour. So depending on, like from the perspective of forming a team, you've got differing skill sets which you can bring in, which should help you in the long run.
Yeah, and it was super evident in, the first race that we had in Miami. Jann had an amazing tactical call for a right shift, and, we won that race. So it definitely helps all of the different skill sets from the different boats that we've come from. And we've gotten a really good team here, and we're happy with it.
So, Jann, do you think that having all those different skill sets, you bring that together and it molds a sort of a group level of communications, tactic-wise? Do you talk about it a little bit, or is there one person that sort of stands up and says, no, we've got to go this way?
No, I think actually it's a lot about communication. But in the 16NF, like it's mostly like doing your maneuvers and doing the maneuvers right. Like the tactics is like, I think probably the second or even third step. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't get the maneuvers right, and if you don't have the highest flight time, which is the first goal, then the tactic is like not as important.
Common
as
sailing
boats probably.
Yeah, common sailing phrase here in Sydney with the 18s. You've got to finish to win. That's the key.
It's similar in the 16NF. That's true.
In saying that, Jann, as far as and we saw it in the from Bermuda and then in the Sail GP, that they have basically 0 touchdown in the and that what was touted to be the holy grail in Bermuda, and now it just happens all the time. Is that where you think the 69F needs to be, in the sense of just no touchdowns, super smooth, that's kind of that'll win you every regatta?
Probably yes, but it's no team is able to do that at the moment because we're not able to pull off foiling tacks. Nobody is. Like, there's one team, the Dutch team, that they won the event last year. They claim to have done a foiling tack, but there is no video evidence, so we're not sure if we should believe them or not.
Well, have I told you about a wave Jordan Spencer caught once on his surf ski? Unfortunately, there's no video evidence, but it did happen. It did happen.
No, the best.
So, right. But I guess where you're getting at, Jan, is it's not out of the realms of possibility. And do you think the advance and just the more time you can sail that manoeuvre will be pulled off consistently?
Yeah, I think. Well, it's quite a new circuit, so it's really hard to judge. And there are some really good sailors, but they're just jumping on a boat, like doing a few races. There's no actual team like doing only 69F throughout the whole year, like spending their whole year on the 69F. So that's probably why we haven't seen consistent foiling tacks yet. But yeah, I think.
But it will happen.
It will happen one day.
Yeah.
But for now, it's sure that. I think, the foiling chipes are possible, and we're getting there as well. So until then, I think if you can do like almost 100% fly time, except for the tack, that will win you the races. That's for sure.
So what is it exactly with the tacks that you're finding? Obviously, there's a slowdown, but it's the time that it takes to get the boat through, because obviously foiling tacks are hard on any foiling boat, but it's the fact that they slow down very quick, or is that the problem?
Yeah, it's a question of the timing of the foils, because you gotta get the windward foil down, and then you need to find. Well, first of all, CJ needs to find the right speed on turning. Well, and then I have to find the right time to get up the new windward board out of the water too. But if you go too early, you will lose the flight. If you go too late, you will slow down the boat too much. So I think it's pretty narrow.
Yeah, and it being all manual is a lot harder than being automated.
We did a ton of experimenting in Miami of different turn rates.
Yep.
Like sometimes I would just whip the boys through a turn, and then all the G-forces, like Lukas would sometimes almost fly out of the boat. Okay, maybe too fast, but like I kind of liked that, so we're gonna try it again.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, look, it's time on the water, number one, but there's got to be a magic formula there somewhere. I mean, someone's got to do it, right?
Bum on the gunnel, as they used to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, time in the water.
Yeah. So next event we'll get our foiling tack. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Next
right.
event.
Well, make sure it's on video and you send it through.
Yeah. Well, which one's the next event? Where are you next?
Yeah. So what's up next?
The next event is in Slovenia, so not Amsterdam. They changed the location in Potorož in May. So
in May.
Yeah, really looking forward to this event.
I must admit, I did see the name Amsterdam. I've been there a few times, Jordan Spencer, with your good self.
And Miami.
Whilst there is a lot of water, not a great deal of water for sailing a foiling boat around.
No, it was going to be tough, I thought. But I thought you were going somewhere else entirely, Bicey, when you said...
Well, no, just put the bong away for now.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say, because one thing, while we get distracted like this, if we look at their ages, so CJ, you're 18, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jan, you're 20, correct?
21, yeah.
21. Were you 21 in Miami?
Yes, I was, luckily.
Okay. So Lukas, you're 22, now Jan's 21 and CJ 18. So CJ, I'm guessing the first tactic at the start of each day was to wander down to South Beach in Miami and see if you could find your two wandering European mates. Was that is that pretty much how it started every day?
Yeah, no, it was super fun going around Miami with them. We're really excited because Slovenia it sure as hell is going to be cheaper than it was in Miami.
Yes.
We spent so much money on like Ubers every single day, and food was so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
We're excited for Slovenia.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Good Europe, cheap Europe's good Europe.
Yeah, but the fun thing is that actually CJ was the one who came home latest most of the nights, even though she was not the one with 18. But
Oh, she rolled off again.
Rightio. What happens in Miami, guys?
So we know when it all goes pear
Yeah.
shaped when she leaves the screen. Okay. Oh, she's gone again.
Okay. All right. So are you guys the only mixed crew? Are they all mixed? How does it work?
yeah,
No, it's
all of
all
them.
mixed or females.
Or all females?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's the Barcarati team down in flames.
What?
Yeah,
Us you're
well.
talking about. Imagine us on one of those things. We
Well,
wouldn't
we'd
think
smash
anything
it,
up on
mate.
the
We'd be
foils.
falling tacking immediately, BP.
We'd-
No
we'd-
question.
We'd need a good solid 30 plus knots.
Yeah. All right. So from the perspective of putting this whole thing together, it's supposed to be a big circuit. You guys have come in. When are you going to be able to get some solid training time? Like, is it you just got to turn up early to the regatta and they let you have a few days? There's no other opportunities. You can't sneak off to Lake Garda and have some sessions, or how does it work?
Yeah, we got the opportunity to train the boats also at different venues than the events. So we're planning actually to go to Lake Garda before the Slovenia event. Not sure yet where the boats will be, because right now the European boats are in Valencia, and the guys from 69F they don't know yet 100% sure where they are going in the phase that we want to train, but there is absolutely the possibility to train before or between the events, and then before every event there are 2 days of official training on site, like an organized training, which is always good to get back in the boat after a certain time off the boat.
Yeah. And the 2 days of training are really nice, but after Miami, with all the things that we thought we needed to improve on, we just think that a week on the boats training would be just the most helpful.
Have you ever done a regatta, like a week-long regatta, and at the end of the regatta you go, geez, wouldn't mind starting a regatta right now because I'm on fire now. I'm ready to go. That's what you
got the falling tacks down, just ready to roll.
So one thing
that was really much the feeling at the end of Miami. We just said, okay, now we figured the basics out. Let's keep going.
Yeah, which is good. One of the things I picked up in there, you said the European boats, and I noticed with the events, another one in Newport. So there's obviously another set of boats in the US. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. There are like 6 boats in Europe and 6 boats in the US.
Yeah, and we've got Mark Presico ringing BP in Australia right now. We know what's coming down the wire, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stand by for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We still don't know where the grand final will be. So
it's going to be in Sydney. I'm saying it now.
2023 January.
All right, a bit of a change of questioning here.
Good.
And obviously, you're all well-established sailors, still quite young compared to us old blokes. And I'll start with you, CJ. Who is your hero, or who is your hero in sailing?
And exclude us three. You don't have to mention us three. That's a given.
Someone you look up to, someone that you respect, someone that you aspire to be or meet or have met along the path.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I would say, because I've had the opportunity to join the US SailGP team, I've been able to be around and even sail with and race with the best sailors in the world.
Don't say Spithill.
So I would say
don't say Spithill.
Everyone on my team has been such great mentors to me, though. I've been learning so much in our debriefs and, on the boat. It's such a huge learning experience. Not only how to sail the F50, but also they're teaching me like what it's like to be in this kind of professional environment and how to work best as a team. So yeah, I would say everyone on there has been, I look up to them so much, and all of the females that are on all the nations teams, they're all super cool people and amazing sailors, and I'll always look up to them. They're amazing people, and they've done so much in their careers. And
this is all very diplomatic.
I like that.
Very
do you have? I might be wrong here, but you met all the maiden crew when they came through Hawaii. Is that correct? Do you have aspirations to go offshore?
Oh, I'd love to do offshore sailing. Yeah, I met them. One of their stops were in Waikiki. It was in Honolulu, and I was able to meet them. And it just looked so cool. I'd love to do something like the Volvo Ocean Race. Offshore sailing is really exciting, and it is such a huge challenge.
Just do that.
But right now, I'm just really focused on foiling. So
that's cool.
Well, I think in the next 5 to 10 years, every offshore race, unless it's full retro, as in the OGR, is going to be foiling anyway. Whether that's all teams or the ocean race or the Vendée, whatever it might be, in those long offshores will be a lot of foiling. So taking the right path. Now, Jann, there's a few obvious ones from Switzerland. Who are your heroes?
Well,
and you can't mention the bloke with all the money.
No, I wouldn't say he's my hero, because he needed a few other people to achieve what they achieved. But like for sure, Alinghi. I was with my parents living 2 months in Spain during the America's Cup, so I was looking up to Alinghi when I was like a six-year-old guy. So the name Alinghi is still like a big inspiration and motivation for me. But as an individual, I would say probably Ben Ainsley, from what he's achieved, from the way he achieved it all. I met him one time in Bermuda, where actually Lukas and myself met 10 years ago. It was when I was like a little, 14-year-old opti sailor, and there was this big guy, Ben Ainsley, and before I've just seen him on TV and in stuff like that, it was pretty inspiring for me.
Was Ben still sailing optis 10 years ago? Keep going.
He was going for a Lego post office box in front of his house. He'd won all the gold ones. Going for the Lego one.
So you've met Ben?
Yeah, I've spoken to him. I got his autograph, obviously, but he was there for the match racing Gold Cup. And we got to watch him in Bermuda Harbor, which was pretty awesome.
That's cool.
Right. So, all right, I'm going to ask Lukas, but I'm going to just put a second question, a couple of questions in here. A few weeks ago or a few months ago, we interviewed another youth sailor, and we asked him about some people of our era that were inspirational to ourselves, and we mentioned the name of Chris Nicholson, of which this youth sailor was not very familiar with. So I'm going to, and I don't mean to put you on the spot here, Lukas, but Joachim Schumann. Is that a common name or someone you look up to, or is it someone more along the lines of Boris Herrmann in this day and age?
Yeah, of course I know him. Met him a few times sailing in Kiel. But yeah, obviously Boris Herrmann is very big in Germany at the moment, and he did great work promoting sailing in Germany. So that's awesome. But for me personally, it's more like a mixture between Ben Ainsley and Tom Slingsby. Met Ben Ainsley a few times back in Opti at British Nationals and in Bermuda as well. So obviously he's the best Olympic sailor of all time. So a big idol, but of course Tom Slingsby as well, with his bashing the Moth and the SailGP, and just his way of doing things is also very inspiring. Just because it's just doing it. It's not caring about the others, just focus and falling faster than everyone else.
Yep.
Sure. Okay, CJ, I've just got one final question for you. Which redhead Ginger sailor do you prefer better between James Spithill, Tom Slingsby, or the one our infamous host, Jordan Spencer?
Oh, Jordan, I'm sorry. It was gonna be. I think I'm gonna have to go with Jimmy, but you're super close behind. Oh. You're really close behind. No, redheads, they're scientifically proven to be superior. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Believe me,
there's two here. There's two here.
I bloody hear about it every week from these two strawberry blonde idiots that
I know, it's crazy.
That I'm supported by.
Careful.
I don't believe it just yet, but seeing you said it, maybe. Right.
That was brilliant. So, I love the redhead question. I do fear that CJ's been indoctrinated by Jimmy to actually answer that way. So I feel concerned for her.
Yeah, her job would be on the right.
Part of the media training.
Yeah. Whenever they ask this question,
I'm surprised I don't have a Red Bull in my hand right now.
or the flat cap.
The flat cap on, yeah.
Or Prada goggles.
There you go.
Obviously, with the America's Cup, with all your falling experience with this whole process, do you think is that one of the goals as well for you guys? Is it, what if you had your choice, right? Let's throw it out there. So, around the world ocean race, Olympics, or America's Cup? Which one are you going to pick? You have to pick one.
Or no, one more go. Sail GP.
Oh, Sail GP.
I know you're doing it, CJ, but that's got to be in the top four at this point in time.
I want to be helming the Sail GP and America's Cup boats one day. That's my big goal.
Oh, well, that's not that high. Yeah, all right. Well, we'll give you that one.
Take it on, CJ.
Yeah,
Yarn.
Love it. Okay, Yarn, yep.
Yeah, I'd go for the America's Cup for sure.
Well, it's a no-brainer for you, mate, because Alinghi, with the nationality rule now, you're probably the only bloke that's going to qualify in a few years.
Yeah, actually, right now, they're calling me to
Oh, nice one. Nice one.
I love it.
Ernie, sorry, mate. I'm busy. Yeah. I'm doing Barkarati. Yarn. Right. Sorry, just call us when you're done, thanks.
And say good day to Bicey.
Yeah, right.
Ernesto, say good day to Bicey for me here.
Okay, so Lukas, which one do you pick, mate?
Yeah, I hate these nationality rules. In Germany, there's no Sail GP team and no America's Cup team. So, but obviously, I'll go for the America's Cup.
Okay.
Love the new boats, and also the Youth America's Cup boat looks awesome. But quite hard for me to get on the team.
Let's fix that for you right now.
Trying everything.
Let's fix that for you right now. If you want to go America's Cup, which country do you think you want to be on? Which one would be you're most interested? Is it New Zealand? Is it the US? Is it Switzerland? Which one are you picking?
I'm picking New Zealand.
Okay. All right. So New Zealand girls that want to marry a young German lad, here's your chance. We can actually, maybe we can give you a little bit of language skills for New Zealand.
Can do.
I'm just trying to think. Did I? Oh, hang on. I know how I could do this. I can do it, boys. I can do it. Do you know how to speak Kiwi at all, Lucas?
Nah.
Okay.
No.
Okay, here you go.
That's a pretty good attempt, actually.
Yeah.
I can speak a bit of Australian,
You should have said,
actually.
yeah, nah, maybe.
Yeah, nah. Nah.
All right,
Go
stand
on,
by.
Jay.
I think
Go on,
Jordan's
Jay.
got some flash
I think
lined up here.
Here we go.
Oh, no. I'm beached, bro. I'm beached ears.
Do you think you could make that
Hey, bro.
work?
Oh, hey, bro. What are you doing, bro? Dude, I'm beached ears. Oh, shit.
Did that help?
No, I'm out.
Well, let's just wipe us out.
What do you reckon, Lucas? You're in?
That was a full chat up line for in a New Zealand bar. Hey, bro, I'm beached as bro.
Oh, Mark, just hang on. Some of it's just come back on.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. All right,
And
so
just for full disclosure, Jordan is married to a Kiwi.
oh yeah.
And that was his shout out line to her.
Well, okay,
Hold on. Can y'all rate my? Hold on.
go on.
Can you rate my Australian accent?
Oh,
Because
no.
I was speaking Australian in Miami with the New Zealand team, and they were all about it. They loved it. What do you think?
Bloody oath. That's a cracker, Sheila.
Is that a compliment?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely. Yeah.
I've actually been practicing it for years, so I hope it's good.
Well, there's a lot. You can get a lot done with some good Aussie accent.
Yeah, if you want to get it right, all you do is you take a sentence and make it one word.
Yeah.
And block your nose a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. So a classic one that we teach people to start with, like an entry level one, is you would say to someone, "Hello, how are you going? Are you all right?" And if you say it correctly in Aussie, you say, "How you going? All right?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Yeah. So you just make it one.
Thank you.
There you go. One word.
It's a good tip. Good tip, Joe.
Hey, I want to ask the best crash you've had so far, because you haven't had a lot of time on the boat, but I do want to know, because it's a high crash boat. Like, is CJ's over, the quick tacks, or is it like a slip on the foil, not concentrating, or is it just a big gust hit and the boat took off sort of thing? Like, how are you getting your best crashes?
Yeah, I think the best one was when, instead of taking off lift from the rudder, I put more lift on the rudder. So we did a really beautiful nosedive with the Janacro on, which was, probably the best one we had so far.
It's lefty lifty, righty down? Or?
Yeah, what do you got? Green rope, red rope?
No, there are two ropes with the same color, because it's like an endless system for the rudder.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it can be
you go
pretty
forward or backwards
confusing,
or...
so-
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
It must be fun, though. Like,
And one time we cracked the 30 knots, and CJ was just holding on to there's a small handle, and she was pushed me forward, get off the handle, because I was sitting on it, and it was just like the rudder was very loose. We were like, okay, let's go for a jibe.
Have you fallen out of the boat yet? Like overturned the boat and boom, you're out.
No,
Actually-
we're close though. On one of the tacks.
Close. Yeah.
On one of the tacks, I went so fast that half of my body was out of the boat,
Right.
and then I lost Lucas's sunglasses. Got water.
That's
boiling.
actually one of the questions we have been asked just in recent weeks is, with all these falling boats, and it feels as though every week or every month there's something new happening or a new development, and people have asked about the safety of them. Do you feel safe in the 69F as far as your position on board and any big crashes?
Yeah, I feel safe.
Yeah.
Well, you got two.
There
blokes
have
in
been
front of you.
there have been two crashes in the 69F, and it was both upwind, port starboard, T-bone. You have to be very careful, because with the black sails, there's a big blind spot. So they're teaching us right from the beginning. So one guy on board has to always take care. There's no boat to leeward. But yeah, in general, it's a safe boat. You have to stay seated, so not standing on the wreck.
Which brings up a point, because Sammy Newton, I had a chat to him the other day. I don't know what we were talking about something, and he had to go and sail on one, and he said that he felt really safe. What he liked about it was the way that the wing that you sit on is actually over the top of the foil. So if you do nosedive, there are boats that the first thing you're going to hit is the foil, whereas this boat you got the standard old side stays, which we're all used to, right? So
And usually what scares people most about foiling is just how sharp the foils can be.
Yep.
But on this boat, the foils were actually pretty dulled out, so it made you feel a lot safer. If you fell out, or like put your hand on the foils, you're not going to cut yourself. It's not like on the Sail GP boats where it's razor sharp, these foils, and you'll completely cut off your finger.
Yeah.
Oh, and.
Yeah. The Sail GP foils are crazy sharp. They are crazy sharp.
Gosh.
God.
Yeah, one of our shore team members was just cleaning the foils, and he cut a part of his thumb off just so easily, just by cleaning the salt off. And then once I was washing the boat with this thick rubber hose, and then I put it over the foils, cut the thing straight in half. And I'm like, guys, we got a problem. We don't have a hose anymore.
Well, we do, but it's a bit shorter.
Yeah, it doesn't have the spray thing.
Yeah. It is quite insane actually when you see them or you touch them, like you're just going, because it is insane. But it's good to hear that there isn't that sort of safety concern. The concern I had though on your boat, I'd have particularly my concern is probably for the two blokes, because with CJ, do you get on the boat, you're doing 30 knots, you're falling away, and you just go, oh, this thing's so slow. Us Sail GP sailors used to much.
I do 32 knots upwind, 50 downwind. Come on, guys, get your act together.
No, it's so different when you're actually helming the boat. You feel like in the rudder you're going over 30 knots. It's an amazing feeling, and it's super awesome when you're with this team and everyone's putting so much effort in to make the boat go fast. It's that much more rewarding. So it was definitely an amazing feeling throughout the whole team, going over 30 knots.
Good answer.
We should give you guys a chance to I'll throw to you, Lukas, on this one, to talk about the whole program in terms of the money stuff. Like it's there's a whole sort of program where the people that do sponsor get all sorts of access. It's not just put your name on the sales. It's pretty clever where if you want to get involved, and you guys are obviously talk about maybe your clean sailors, the element with clean sailors as well, how that all ties in, but how the program works and how people can get in contact if they want to utilise you guys as a resource for developing new clients.
Yeah, so we're doing this project together with Clean Sailors. Clean Sailors is a non-profit organization based in Great Britain. And we're teaming up with them because we thought there are a lot of things we can do as sailors to make or reduce the impact of sailing on the environment, because of course we're sailing with carbon high performance boats. We need 3 sets of sails per year. There is an impact, but there is also a lot of things we can improve to reduce this. And we want to use the reach with our program together with Clean Sailors to motivate sailors around the world, to get started and make small adjustments in their daily behavior to help us to get cleaner seas. But Clean Sailors is a non-profit organization, so we're not getting any money from them.
Mm-hmm.
And we need some funding for the whole season, because the entry fee is quite high. We need to charter the boat for training. all the travel and accommodation costs. So we need sponsors, but we are offering several different packages, and of course we have one with a sailing incentive. So we are offering companies to come to sail with us on the 69F and also have a look from the rib, chasing around, have a chat with us, and to really get to know how we sell these boats, and also what goes around behind the scenes, debriefings, what's our attitude, our motivation. So these are opportunities for companies to do like team events to motivate their the workers, but also to get deals with clients.
Yeah. So we've mentioned many times on Barcarati that we've lived that life for we've lived that life for a long time, and we know for a fact that the sailing, the hospitality element to these sailing events has far more success for sponsors than people realise. It's because a lot of we used to get it all the time on the ocean race. So people would go, you know what, I get taken to all these hospitality events. I go to the Formula One and I just sit in a corporate box and watch cars go around. Here at the sailing, I'm actually out on the boats. I'm involved. I'm meeting the people. I'm meeting the sailors. This is so much better. And so we still see quite a few deals. So I guess if anyone's out there listening and wants to reach out to you people, the youth, the UN team, the United Nations team, the No Borders team. How do they get in touch?
The Three Nation Army.
The Three Nation Army, boys.
That's a good one.
Yep, but you're heading to a good point there, Jay. How do they get in touch with you, Lukas and team?
Yeah, you can just Google us. It's cleansailersyouth.racingteam.com. And you can get in touch with us. There's an email address. It's crew@cleansailersyouth.racingteam.com. So just get in touch, and we're happy to sort out individual packages.
Okay. All right. So well done on that. So Slovenia is the next stop. Is there anything you're going to do differently, or have you there's something you've learned that's going to make you guys the best team?
Totally. We got to do everything differently.
Okay.
We've found so many things that we just nitpicked, and we talked with the head coaches, and they were looking at us during races, and we went through a huge debrief after the whole event, just figuring out, which legs did we get passed on the most, or why were our starts late? Just lots of things that we're going to improve on for Slovenia, and hopefully work out in our training week in Garda.
Okay.
So just kind of based on that, and CJ, so I was just a bit distracted the last couple of minutes. I was on the 69fsailing.com website and just having a look at their sailing playbook, and also looking, and by all means, there's no payment from 69F for this episode.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at their website, and it is good.
It's a good website.
It is complete. And there's a whole lot of different things for different sailors, at least to get started out on the water, whether it's just the basics around it, the safety manual, the fore and rudder rake, the rig setup, the rudder setup, the towing and mooring the boats, everything. And it's all right there for everyone to access, including a playbook to at least get you started, to tick the basics off. So that's pretty cool. And I'm assuming based on that and your debriefing, your sailing, you kind of tweak your own little playbook, so to speak, to ensure that, you take out of the last regatta what you take from the last regatta, something into the next regatta. Who's in charge of that side of things?
I think we all are. We all keep each other accountable.
Yeah. That's definitely you.
because the playbook is
Keep going. Keep going, Lucas. Keep going.
yeah. No, on the 16F website, it's very good. We went through all the videos and documents there, and it gives you a good idea how to sail the boats. But when you're actually sailing the boats, there are so many small details that, make you a foiling jibe or you're capsizing. So, in actually sailing the boat is way more complicated. But it helps a lot to just get started.
Yeah, cool. I think we're sort of run out of time, but I do want to ask, just on the continuation of the good conversations about sponsorship and stuff, and the fact that you're not sailing the 69F all the time. So I'm going to ask each of you what the next regatta you're doing is, just in case people are going to see you, or So Jan, what's your next sailing event?
My next sailing event is probably the WASP Europeans mid-April in Spain in Mar Menor.
Okay.
Mar Menor, lovely place.
Yeah. It was when it was not polluted all the way, but it's a good place.
Clean.
Don't want to put a downer on it.
Clean sailors, mate. That's
clean sailors. That's why you're there.
Yeah, that's why I'm going there. Like, all right, to clean the Mar Menor.
Spread the word.
Good man.
Yep.
What about you, Lucas? What's your next event?
Same regatta. So WASP Europeans.
Okay. This will be interesting.
Waiting to see what the third answer is.
Don't tell me.
Don't tell me.
Yeah, so I've gotten into the moth class now, and then I'm in Florida still because I'm doing a few regattas, just local regattas here. So I have one early March here in Key Largo, and then I'm going straight to San Francisco for the SailGP season finale. It's going to be awesome. So if any of y'all are in the Bay Area, come down and watch because it's going to be really fun, really exciting racing.
Have you discussed?
I'm going to take them $1 million.
Have you discussed your disbursement of the $1 million yet?
No, but I know. I think if we won the $1 million, the first thing that I would do is I'd run outside and scream that we just won $1 million, and then maybe go out and get a dinner or something.
I just thought about it going one step further. Has Jan and Lucas told you what you're going to do with the $1 million yet?
We still have training camp. That's what I'm going to do. That's what we're going to do. For sure.
I think they've already got the budget written out, haven't you, boys? It's only going to cost $900,000.
I love it.
Go
on.
Good one.
Yeah, we will just buy a 69S.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
175,000
It's a cheap boat.
Yeah.
More.
Cool.
Nearly 200,000. So
Yeah.
pocket money.
Pocket money. That's it for you young fellas. All right. Team, we've probably run out of time, so it's been fun actually. It's been good fun just sort of hearing how you guys are going about it and keeping the fun. We hope that something good comes from it.
Absolutely.
We're looking forward to actually seeing you sailing and live. Giving you coaching direction from off the water. Is where we're at. But we're very grateful for you coming onto the show and hanging out with us at Baccarati.
Oh, thank you so much for having us. It was great talking to you and getting to know y'all.
Our pleasure.
Cheers, CJ, Jan, Lucas.
Yeah, thank you.
We look forward to seeing the next steps, and best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Well, you got to say that these young kids have got a vision and they're taking it on full bore. You know what? If I was that age, I'd be doing the same.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's just great.
Mate. Well, we had a discussion about it a few weeks ago with young Hugo that it's all foiling. These kids are slightly older than Hugo, so they've seen obviously the foiling, let's call it phenomenon, take traction. And now here they are with the opportunity of a lifetime. And if you've got a dream, you got to run with it. And these guys have definitely giving it a good hard crack. So good luck to them.
And best of luck for them. We'll be following, and they're going to give us updates as it goes on. So our mates who've done a fantastic job, and we just hope so. The Clean Sailors youth team get behind them. Now, BP,
absolutely, yeah, mate.
We got an issue.
Well, I know we have. Yeah, I know, and we just off air before this, we've been going through how to handle it.
Yeah, we can't handle this.
Not sure quite what to do.
The issue for our friendly listeners is that Bicey's done a BP. Basically,
he's copied me.
What's happened is Adelaide to Lincoln Yacht Race has been done and run. They're about to go into the Teakle Classic.
And for those who, they're going to say that's the great race, the classic Teakle Classic race.
Yep. So it's been done and won, and it's Sunday night. So we recorded that part of the episode, the first part of the episode, a few days ago because we knew this was going to happen. We can't find Bicey.
We've tried calling. We've tried everything. Yep. We've tried all our forms of communication.
Yeah, he's got the links.
Nada, nothing. Zero, zilch.
Did we call the police station?
What's that?
Did we call the police station?
We haven't yet. We should.
Anyway, if Bicey comes in, don't expect much. But if he does come in, we'll get some updates on the Teakle Classic and the great race. Otherwise, we'll give you an update next week.
We'll get through it. We'll get through it. For those who don't know, in particular our international listeners, the Sunday of the Teakle Classic is a very busy day. With the presentations, live bands, sometimes the odd keg race or two, with a few juggalugs and a bunch of other stuff that you get together and do with a bunch of friends and people you don't know. So it's all good.
Yeah. So our club event for this week has to be the actual Lincoln week. So
I think so.
Everyone sails over from Adelaide to Port Lincoln, where they filmed all the shark attacks for Jaws, just in case you're wondering, and more millionaires per head of population than any other place in the world. True fact. And so they're going to be doing a week of yacht racing. It should be great. It's flat water. Don't fall out of the boat; you'll get eaten. But yeah, apart from that, great food. Amazing seafood, right next to wine. Everything's perfect. So it's going to be a great week for them.
I mean, a plug for Port Lincoln. If you are coming to Australia, Port Lincoln is a destination for sure if you love your seafood. It is the freshest and most beautiful seafood on the planet.
Now, I'm worried about you, BP, because it was your wife's 50th birthday today, my friend.
Well, not today, this week. In my family, we have birthday weeks. And so today it started. Well, yesterday it started with a quiet family soiree that sort of rolled into today.
Yeah. So are you going to be with me or are you going to disappear?
No, I'm all good. I'm fine. I'm all fine.
Well, happy birthday to your lovely wife. Also, I'd like to say a massive happy birthday to a big friend of the show and one of the great windsurfers of all time, Mr. Phil McGain. He's a mad, passionate fan of of Parkerati, and I know every Sunday he drives to Wailea in Maui to have a swim, and he listens to Parkerati on the way. So, Phil, my friend, happy birthday, mate!
Happy birthday!
Yeah. So, just wanted to get that out there. Pretty important, and now, BP, we're going to roll into the Jack Lloyd Listener of the Week. We wanted an intro.
We didn't get one.
Excuse me.
Or did we get one? We got one.
Of course.
All right, come on, rip it out.
Bit of Van Morrison.
Oh, you wanted to do it, didn't you?
We were born before the wind.
And Jack would love that.
Younger than the sun.
Perfect. It's a perfect song for Jack, and
the bonnie boat was
it's the perfect song for the great man. So we're sailing into the Mystic with Mr. Jack Lloyd. So we do want to acknowledge all those, all the people that sent in ideas. Of course, we did have a few people make suggestions because Van Morrison is something that a lot of people are particularly fond of. And Godfred Henning wrote in and said, Into the Mystic, which was pretty much the song I was always going to go with. But Godfrey, just for thinking about that, you're automatically in the list for potential Listener of the Week, Jack Lloyd Listener of the Week. BP, you're making the judgment, my friend.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
I did see a couple, so go on.
Okay, so we got Godfrey there with the suggestion of Into the Mystic, which, of course, I hope we don't get in trouble for that. I have no idea what the legal requirements are on this, but I played a little bit.
We don't ever really have any idea of anything.
No. Mark Disney came in and he's concerned.
Disney.
He's concerned for us. He's worried about our legal requirement. I just mentioned one legal concern. He said that you've got to start thinking about your global responsibility because of our reach and your social impact on comments you have on people. He was particularly having a go at me. It was
well, that's not like Mark. I mean, I'm a good mate of Mark, and I know that he's not one in stepping backward to come forward.
Yeah, no. So his problem is that I advise people to always leave them wanting more. Great advice for a chef or comedian, but terrible advice for an anaesthetist or a dentist. And given that the latter are more likely to be able to afford a yacht, I have set the Bar Karate team up for a potential legal claim by a drug administering professional who follows my guidance. Or alleged guidance. Buckle up, everyone. Mould 11 could pale into nothing compared to the storm that's about to flow from this one. So,
oh dear, what's that all about?
Just because I said always leave them wanting more, I don't know.
Oh, God, no. Well, I'll have a chat to young Mark. I will get on to him.
Yeah. And then Scott Baton, he had the genius idea. Now, I don't know why we haven't thought about this, and this is just genius idea. I won't go through the email and just read emails, but basically Scott has pointed out that ice sailing should be in the Winter Olympics.
Yes, I did see this. I did see this.
And I mean, why hadn't we thought of this? I thought that was our gig to think of stuff like that.
Well, I don't think we're smart enough.
Harsh but true.
Is that the three we're going with?
Yeah, that's your choice, buddy. That's your choice. So,
all right. Yeah. Well, listen, I think Into the Mystic needs to be left to the new Bar Karate playlist that we're going to be setting up.
Oh, yep. That's
so
good.
I think we'll move that.
Just as a note,
we will.
We've had a bunch of people come in. BP, we've had a bunch of people sending in songs, just so you know.
Saw that.
Yep.
And there's a couple that I really, really like, actually. So we will maybe do a segment on that next week or something about the list that's growing rapidly. So quickly, if you do have some songs, send them in because we're going to do it. So let's put Into the Mystic into that category. Mark, I'll deal with you later. I love you, but I will deal with you later. I love the idea of ice
me too.
In the Olympics, and I don't know why it's not. I mean,
can you imagine? Oh,
seriously?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's push for it.
Seriously. And I read the email, and I have to say it's been a busy week for me because I obviously flew home from up there, and where was I? Indonesia. And I've come here. I've caught up with everyone and trying to get things rolling here, so I haven't had a lot of time to do it. But when I saw that email, it stopped me in my tracks, and I thought, why isn't it? Well,
I don't know. I have no idea. It's genius. So is that the award? He is the Jack Lloyd listener.
I'm giving it to it's Scott Patton, right?
Yep, Patton.
Yep. He's going to get listener of the week because it is genius, and I think that. Well, I don't know why it's not even there, to be honest. What a discipline and exciting. Maybe they need to have colourful sails or something.
So Scott may not receive a merch pack. Okay, beauty.
Bicey, you're all over that, right?
Yep, all over that. Cool.
Okay, good. Move on. No, nothing heard yet. Oh, here we go.
It's hot time.
We're not going to boo the Bice bit. It's hot time. That's it. We're stopping right there. Well, it's not hot time with our idiot mate who's passed out somewhere in a park, no doubt.
Yeah.
And I hope he's all right.
Probably hanging out next to the brass statue of Mackay Diva in the front row of the Port Lincoln Park there.
Something like that. Caribbean 600, the Rourke 600, 75 boats entered for the 13th edition of the Caribbean 600, which starts tomorrow at the time of record, Monday, 21st of Feb in Antigua. are we excited?
With a big marketing push, the Comanche lining up against the Scorpios again. So they're pushing that as a jewel to watch.
Absolutely. It's going to be interesting. So 600 nautical mile course. It's going to be pretty good. It's always ton fun. Great place to be right now. But that's our viewing. So you can track. There's fleet tracking you can get on. Time in Antigua quite now. I'm just trying to work out how we can give anyone their timing. But basically, just jump online, go to just Caribbean 600, and you're going to get there. But that's the big viewing. A lot of boats out there racing in perfect conditions. Can't wait. Super excited. Have you done it, BP?
No, never.
No.
But it's definitely on the radar. There's no question it's on the radar.
Yes.
Definitely in potentially one of my little boats. So looking at that very, very closely, yes.
I love it. Okay. Another one that was interesting during the week, and I think a lot of people will find this interesting, is Australian Sailing released their strategy going forward. Sailing 2032, it's called, a strategic plan for Australian sailing for the next 10 years. And the headline is more people on the water in more ways, more often. They've jumped on the Barcarati bandwagon.
I've got a bit of a theory here I want to add to.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe they listened to last week's episode, and I do believe part of the training is going to be slip and slide.
You know what, BP? I'm intrigued. If ice boating gets into the Winter Olympics, how the hell are we going to train for that? Because we're putting a team in.
Well, we're going to have to go up to the Nordics.
Oh, so we can't train in Australia for that?
Oh, well, we could go to the salt pans in Lake Eyre, but I don't think it's the same, right?
Right. Yeah, no, I don't know. But look,
we could go to Mount Theberton in the.
Now you're thinking.
Now it's going to be a tight little course because it's only an ice skating rink.
Yeah.
100 kilometres an hour around an ice skate, like Speedway Park.
Maybe they should do a remote control ice skating.
Well, it's perfect. It's actually perfect for your little pursuit race. Ice skating, ice sailing pursuit race on an ice skating rink. There's stadium racing right there.
Oh, my God.
Stadium racing
you may
on
be
an
the
ice
smartest
skating.
bloke I've ever met.
I'm one of, yeah, definitely. But you just need to have like 25 knots of wind blowing from the one side, and you could definitely have a reach jibe.
Yeah.
On an ice skating rink.
Oh, because
bloody wild.
What's it? The 500 metre speed skates where they knock each other over and left, right, and we saw that Chinese skater doing all the cheating. Did you see all the cheating going on in that?
Oh, it's rampant.
Grabbing each other's legs. I saw a Chinese skater reached past someone's leg and flicked one of the line markers under somebody else's skate.
The little pucks, yeah.
Yeah, and knocked them off.
But do you know who is always hanging at the back of that lot?
Yeah, the Australians. We know where we're good at, and it's not on the snow or the ice. But I think you actually have come up with something. You've taken an idea and expanded on it, and actually it could genuinely work. The pursuit race.
It would be tight.
With ice boats. It would be unreal.
Pursuit race on an ice skating rink with 25 knots of breeze. Grandstands.
Oh.
You'd want to be on the leeward side, though. You wouldn't want to be sitting on the other side. She'll be a bit cold.
Yeah.
Mind you, that's what it is. It's the Winter Olympics. I guess they're used to that.
I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it.
Okay.
Anyway, just for all the world listeners, I'm sure each and every one of you are seeing the same sort of things, but it's interesting that they've got a 10-year plan and that headline of more people.
Yes, we're back onto this one, yeah.
Yeah, and more people on the water in more ways more often. That's what Barcarati was formed for, to basically do this exact same thing, to promote our sport, make it cool at a global scale. That's all we really cared, just to bring people into the sport. So it's good to recognise. I know Alistair Murray has said it many times. He wants to build at the base of the triangle. I think we all agree, rather than just focus at the top. And some people think that that's what all Australian sailing does, is focus at the top. But most sailing organisations are accused of the same thing. But let's see, Australian sailing. If this is what comes out from that, then very happy to.
You've got to say that it's not too indifferent to Paul Kayard last week or a week and a half ago, whenever it was. He came out and said the same thing. They're all in agreement that it's about numbers on the water, because in that if they get a rise of or an influx of people on the water, there's a percentage of those people which are going to have natural talent, which can be trained. There's going to be a percent of those people that are just going to be super talented.
That's it.
They just need a bit of guidance.
That's it.
So that's what it's all about. And I think Paul's onto it with the US sailing team. And I'm pretty sure, we're obviously as it stands at the moment, a little bit further down the track with a few things, but it needs to happen, because, the Matt Belchers and Will Ryans and, these sailors that are around now, what Matt's already said, he's not going to go back again at this stage. But, we need to find people to fill their shoes. No question.
I'm intrigued. Yeah.
I'm loving it. Love it.
All right. Moving on. Lisa Blair, mate.
Yeah. Now I saw this, which I love it. I think, this is a passion thing. She's obviously got a passion for her cause, I guess you'd like to say, where she's really looking after the climate, really wants to look after the climate. Her boat is called Climate Action Now. Lisa Blair is sailing solo, leaving today, around Antarctica, which is no mean feat, really. I think it's a fantastic thing to do, and we'll follow that one, because I reckon that'll be exciting, and I'd love to get her on when she gets back. Yeah,
well, it's the right time of year to sail around Antarctica, let's be honest. You don't want to be doing it in a few months' time, obviously still in summer here, just coming out of summer, so perfect. I wonder how close she goes, whether she'll set ice skates or anything like that. With the circ. So basically it's a Southern Ocean spin, and how far it is really determined by how far south she's willing to go.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Well, it doesn't matter really, does it? It doesn't matter how far south or how far north she stays. It's still the Southern Ocean, and for anyone who's been in the Southern Ocean, it's the Southern Ocean. It doesn't matter what time of year.
Yeah.
It can kick it up. My little escapade was in January, so it shows that it happens any time of year.
Yeah, that's right. It can be dangerous any time of the year. So I'm just trying to look at the boat she's got. She looks like she's got, what's it, a 50 or a 40?
I think it's an old Open 50, to be honest.
Open 50, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, best of luck to her. Obviously, boat designed to sail downwind, so that's pretty cool. Happy with that, BP? Moving on, we'll be watching, as you say.
Give her a bit of recognition, and we'll definitely keep an eye on her. Yeah. And I'd like to follow that for sure.
We're into adventurers.
As I said, we'll definitely chase her up when she gets home. I'm sure she'll be happy to have a chat.
Yeah. Bit of interesting stuff come over the wire today from Team New Zealand. Did you see that little genuine thing? I've got an email right here in front of me.
Are we still in hot time?
Yeah, this is hot time. Yeah, this is it.
Oh, it's hot time. Just checking. Yeah, I did see it, but I also saw the comments. And I was reading through those, and you've got a different perspective, which I didn't think about, but I was actually reading the comments saying, and the comments majority were based around, good on you. Where's the cup going to be though?
Yeah. So for those who don't know, let's clarify. Team New Zealand have announced an attempt at the wind-powered land speed world record. So they're building this super cool looking land sailor, and they're going to try and break the world record. And I got some numbers sent through before, and I'm just trying to find the numbers. Here we go. They're targeting 203 kilometres an hour, 126 miles an hour.
Is that the current record, is it?
Yep.
That's the current record?
Yep.
That's fair moving.
Yep. So they're budgeting for around 30 knots, and they need about 6 or 7 kilometres, they reckon, to get up and do it, but then get up to that speed and then
it's definitely not going to be on an ice boat in an ice skating rink.
No. So this is my theory on the thing.
Right, okay.
It allows them to do all their rig development. So check their aerodynamics in the real world. Okay, so high speed rig sailing. So they're already at 100 kilometres an hour on the boat. So they'll be able to throw all sorts of ideas at this platform. And the other, as we've mentioned in the America's Cup, the other teams are all partnering up with Formula One teams. And the reason they're doing that is because they have a huge investment in aerodynamic design.
There is another point that's come up out of this season's Formula One as well that they're pushing for, which is the ground effect. There's a big push in Formula One about ground effect, so that's an interesting topic as well. But let's hear about your aero.
Yeah, so they'll just be able to test the rigs and the aerodynamics of their platform, so utilising this. Now, I've always been fascinated by this stuff, right? And remember Top Gear? You remember that program, Top Gear? They used to do these challenges where they'd take on, they'd take on skaters going down hills or people mountain climbing and then parachuting off. They'd come up with some elaborate scheme just to take on and do a comparison, right? And I was always trying to work out how we could do a sailing one against them, right? And the Hay Plain in the middle of Australia. Do you know the Hay Plain? You've driven across the Hay Plain?
Driven it many times.
Many times.
I live in Sydney and come from Adelaide, right?
Yep. In the middle of Australia is this place called the Hay Plain. It's just over 100 kilometres long. Everyone has heard about the Nullarbor, which is no trees. Nullarbor is Latin for no trees. The Hay Plain's the same, but it's a lot longer. It's dead flat, like you can basically see the curve of the earth.
Latin, it's Aboriginal, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's the perfect setup, right? There's an open road and it's dead flat. And I was thinking you could have a race between a car and one of these land sailors was always my idea because I reckon that, I knew they'd do 150 and they could pick a car and have a sailing vessel beat a car. That was my idea, right? And now we've got this thing. Holy crap. Wouldn't want Richard Hammond near it. He'd crash it and destroy it.
Yeah, well, that's what that show was all about. But I like it. I like where you're going.
Yeah.
It would be hard on the Nullarbor if you're a golfer because there is a golf course that covers the entire range of the road. Did you know that?
Yeah.
18 holes, 2,000 kilometres.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Australia's a crazy country.
Yeah, you'd have to stop every 100. My stepfather's done it. You have to stop every 100 kilometres and play a hole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but anyway, back to your point. I think that would be cool because we're all about changing the energy usages, and maybe we could see, in the future, a bunch of sail cars driving around.
Yeah, I wonder. I've always wondered about that. That's one that's been in the back of my mind.
Problem is bridges, power lines.
Yeah, all those things. Yeah.
All those things that get in the way of it.
Underpasses.
That's why you don't see yachts driving down the road on the trailer with their sails up.
Yeah. Oh, dear. All right. Well, so it's for Team New Zealand. We're behind it. I'm into it. For those that have been bagging Team New Zealand and saying, "Where's the cup?" I'm behind that as well. Where's the cup? But
they're also pushing their hydrogen catamaran for the support boat, which
cool.
is
Super cool.
They're into it. They're doing
Good on them. Good on them.
Yep.
There was also a meeting during the week where a whole bunch of Spanish officials were in a room with the event organisers. So,
what do you know?
I don't know much. I just know that there was a meeting this week, and
was it in Spanish or New Zealand?
I wasn't in the meeting. I just know that people.
Why weren't you?
It was in. Where was it? Was it in Spain or was it in Dubai? It was. I think it was in Spain. I can't remember.
Territory.
Hey.
Neutral territory.
Yeah. But anyway,
that's good, guys.
Read whatever you want into that. But yeah, we're getting closer. I can say categorically we're getting closer. We're at least one day closer to hearing the date of the location of the America's Cup.
We're one day closer than we were yesterday.
One last thing from me, Bud. Phil Robertson been announced as CEO and steerer of the new Canadian team,
Don't you love how they get the CEO role as well? I mean, I think that's fantastic for them. That's a big thing.
Well, the definition or the difference is that you've got business responsibility. So the thing with SailGP is they're trying to create teams, race teams like Formula One. Yes. They want to be Formula One. Like they want more. They want as many races as Formula One has, or in fact, they want 2 more races than Formula One. And the CEO role is supposed to end up, that person becomes the image of the team, or the figurehead of the team. They're the only fully paid person. No, they're the only one who gets a full-time wage in the teams. The rest of them are on day rates. So the CEO, there is a good advantage to being the CEO. And if anyone wants me to work at SailGP, I'll take a CEO role or just a really huge contract.
Why wouldn't you?
Hey?
Well, you're the closest to any of us, so as long as if you do get the role, you bring us in.
No.
I'll serve coffee quite happily. I'll be the barista. Not the barrister, the barista. The barista.
No. But yeah, so it'll be. We like Phil. We like our bud. He's a really nice bloke. For those who don't know Phil, super nice guy. He copped a bit of grief
and he charges.
Yeah, he charges hard. He copped a bit of grief about his starting, but if you talk to him in the park, he's just a super nice bloke. He's a good man. So we're very happy for Phil to see that. He's been Chinese, he's been Spanish, and now he's Canadian. He's a New Zealand, Chinese, Spanish, Canadian.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of passports right there.
His kids will be so confused.
No, he won't know what's going on. The kids won't know, especially once they get to the New Zealand accent.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think that's
the other ones are easy.
Anything else from you, BP?
Well, one last thing. The New South Wales Etchels were on this weekend.
Oh.
And I just wanted to give it a bit of a plug. Billy Merrington's had a win.
Congratulations, Billy Merrington.
Yep, won the Australian titles and the New South Wales titles. So good year for him. Great to see him having a successful year.
Sailing with Ian McKillop and David Gilmore. So a good David Gilmore on one of our friends for the first few days, and then Mothy Jarvan for the final day. So a bit of substituting going on, and David Gilmore, obviously a very talented sailor. It's Steve, Mothy Jarvan, and Ian McKillop. So, yeah, gee, that's pretty... So, Etchel's still sailing. What sort of boat's he sailing?
A white one.
Perfect answer, buddy.
Absolutely. Very fast, a very fast brand new Heritage. So, and won by a long way, but no one cares about that. The fact that it's just streaks ahead of everyone else. But anyway, no comment. Moving forward.
Okay, but...
All good.
The only thing left is to wonder where our little buddy is.
I think he's gone.
Well, the good thing is, for our listeners who are worried about him, BP did this before and he came back. Bicey, I'm sure we'll be okay.
I think he'll be fine.
All right. I'll see you later, mate.
Cheers.
See you, everyone.
Bye, mate.